Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't. Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man.
That's right. That's an important message, so we were going to say it twice. Welcome in, everybody. We had some technical difficulties there. For some reason, we started, and the StreamYard didn't go live, so we're sitting here talking like we're live for about 5 minutes, and then John's like, nothing's happening on YouTube. So anyway, here we are. Round 2. We're going to get it going this time. We got a good show tonight. So like Eddie says, keep playing. In order to do that, you got to have some gear, and that's what we do tonight. We talk about some of the gear, and we've got a guest tonight that's got a really, really interesting guitar that I'm interested in seeing. Would like to get my hands on one. Haven't had the chance to do it. But let's get the boys in here and let's see what we got going on tonight. First in is John DeShane. Welcome in, sir. What's up? Good to see you, sir.
Good. Next.
It's almost like we've practiced this before. Welcome in, John. Good to see you. We've also got waiting here at the door. We've got Jimmy Biter. What's up?
What's up?
He still didn't get his mic on.
Still didn't get it. Yeah. Welcome in, Jimmy. Good to see you. And we have halfway. He's here. We've got Mr. Randy Price struggling with some internet and camera issues, and he's there. He is. Welcome in, Randy.
Oh, look at that face.
Looks like he's in a 1980s porno film.
He's taking a dump.
We're gonna let Randy just jeez.
Screenshot that.
We're gonna let Randy just kind of hang out in the corner, and maybe he can type in the chat what he wants to say. He is really lagging. You still having issues with all the catastrophes going on, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, I got one. Randy just told me to F off.
There
Thanks,
you
Randy.
go.
I did that like 10 seconds ago.
We'll see it in about 30 seconds as the lag catches up. So. Well, let's get the man of the hour in. We've got a special guest tonight. This is we've been doing this show 4 or 5 weeks, and we have yet to have a guest come on and share a piece of gear. We're going to take care of that tonight. He's ringing the bell. We're going to get him in here. We've got 40 Grit Mike. What is happening, sir? So we this is awkward. We chatted for about 5 minutes. Yeah, here we go again. So basically, 40 Grit runs a channel called 40 Grit Guitars, and he's been coming and watching on the show a little bit here, and we were just talking about some Steinberger stuff that you had originally asked me about. But good to have you on the panel. We thank you for coming on, and it's great for you to come on and share this guitar with us. We may have some in the chat that aren't familiar with you. 40 Grit's link is down in the description tonight, so make sure you click his link, go over and sub, and check out his channel. But anybody that's not familiar with you, can you just give us a quick background of what you've done, where you've worked, that kind of thing, and just what your channel is all about, please, sir?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, Randy, Ryan, John, Jimmy. Thanks for having me. I was watching the show last week, and you guys popped up, and this guitar for some reason came up, and I had said that I had one, and thanks for having me. We can talk about it. So let's see. I mentored under Bill Zola Guitars in San Diego. I was in the military for 23 years. I was Navy, and I was moonlighting under a guy named Bill Zola, who has passed away during the COVID time, and he taught me how to build guitars. And he's just very talented gentleman. And I learned to build a template. He taught me everything. So we were building the 5150 guitars. I was painting all the guitars in his booth and stuff. And so, being a Van Halen guy, I learned how to do everything by him, and rest in peace, sir. And then I got out of the military, applied at John Sir, and I went in and they gave me a tour. And at the end of the tour, they asked me if I was available. I said I was, and I was hired. It was really cool. And I was there for almost 4 years, and I worked under Mike Ponce, who was my boss. He's a master builder, Fender master builder. John's a master builder. Kenny Jin was a master builder, and Jay Medore was a master builder. So I worked we each had our own line. Kenny had his own line, Jay and me. We each had our own line. We were the production supervisors. And then we had our manager, who was Mike Ponce, working under John. So I was there for almost 4 years, and I learned a lot of stuff, man. And so
Right
that's
on.
why I was I'm in the car business. I'm a sales manager for Ford Motor Company, and they call them car guy vacations. You just get tired, you take 6 months off, and then you jump back in, you know.
Right.
And I took my 6 months off, a January time frame, and my better half was saying one day, Mike, you got all those guitars. Why don't you just go start a channel or do something with it, you know? And I was like, you know, I think I'm going to do it. I think I should do it, because I was watching you. I was watching Johnny Bean. I was watching all the guys. You know, I was just sitting there watching them. I was going, and then Johnny brought me on, and I went on Johnny's show, and I was there for a while, and then I took a break from that, and then she said, you know, why don't you just do something? I was like, yeah, you know what? I said, I got something to offer, I think, and you know, started talking about guitars and stuff, and showing my guitars and saying, hey, you know, this is a cool one, or you know, whatever, and yeah, so that's where it came from. That's where the show came from, and I've just been doing, like, you know, tips and tricks and cool stuff, and
Yep.
that's about it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it certainly seems like it's in line with kind of what we're doing here on the Tuesdays, you know, just talking about gear and you know, the cool things about different pieces, and this guitar does this and that and has that. So,
difference
yeah, man.
is Mike knows what he's talking about.
I was going to say, with your experience, obviously,
Right.
you've got some experience under your belt. So, yeah, everybody make sure you go over and check out 40 Grit's channel and give him a sub. And you go live typically, what, Monday nights?
Saturdays.
Saturday.
whenever
night.
I'm off, like, Randy knows the car business, you know, usually 12 hour days for us. So I'll get off on Saturdays, you know, and I'll rush home and go on if, you know, if I have the ability, or if I have something to talk about. I usually don't go on unless I have something to talk about, you know, something that comes up. I let it stack, and then I'll go through something, or if I did a video and people want to talk about it. I was actually shocked this past week. People were asking me when I was going to go live again. So it's, you know, it's kind of, I went over to Dane's today, over to Zim's, sat and
I saw
talked to
that.
him for a little
Yeah.
while, because he's, I mean, great guy. I mean, like, I love going to Dane's. And we were sitting there talking, and he goes, hey, man, he said, you know, here's your channel. You're taking off. He said, you're right here. He said, you got a long way to go, and just, you know, keep on plugging the way you're plugging, and it'll be fine. And that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I enjoy going on and stuff, but it's not something I can schedule. And
Right.
my better half says that all the time. She says, well, Mike, it's not something you can schedule. And I said, it's not. It's just, it's very secondary to me.
Yeah.
So just not something I can schedule.
Well, you know, an open standing offer. I mean, Tuesdays, we're always here. I mean, if there's ever something that you want to come on, I know obviously it's like content for your channel too, but
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
got an open invitation to come over here and hang out with us at any time, man.
Well,
So
I appreciate that.
The other
Yeah.
cool thing about your channel is that the lives are my favorite. I love those because it's very interactive.
oh, John was just beaming about your one with the sewer guitar guy.
But
Hey,
even,
man, I will tell you something. I really did have John in mind when I did that, because I'm watching your shows, and John's a Sir guy. And I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if I get Chris. If I get Chris, and I got Zach, I have Jay. Jay said he'd consider coming on. I've got guys in line. The problem is the people that I worked with there, they're not set up to stream.
right.
So it's going to be painful to watch. You know, it's going to be like on a computer. So I'm kind of still massaging that, and hopefully I can get those guys on, because I have something to. You think I have something to offer? Let's get, you know, Jay Medor. Let's get those guys in, the Fender Custom Shop guys.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, those are the guys. I could sit and listen to those guys all day long when they start talking about the Fender Custom Shop, and you know, how they did it, and hey, you know, when we were a Fender, this is the way we did it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so lucky just sitting here having this guy talk to me and tell me
Just
what he did. You know,
Sponge absorbing it in.
I was
Yeah.
just-
with
4
that
years,
show.
man. 4 years of a sponge. I mean, that's exactly what I was. I may have gotten cocky a couple times, because there were some times on the line when I was moving a little quicker, you know, but I was a lot younger than those guys, and I had something to prove. When you're a Fender master builder and you're building guitars every day, and you get this young punk, I was 40 when I walked. No, like maybe like 42, but they were older than me, and some kid comes in and he starts like trying to produce more and do better, and they got to agitate with me a few times, but at the end of the day, actually, the funny story was this past February, March, we went to Gibson, or we went to Nashville. I bought that gold top, and Zach and Jay Medora work at Gibson. They work at the mod shop. And I got to go take a tour of the mod shop, and I walked up to Jay and I go, "Hey, man," I said, "I just want to tell you I'm so sorry for just being a punk sometimes." And he goes, "Hey, man, I really appreciate that. I really think, Jay's very quiet and very soft spoken." And I go, "Because now I'm your age. I'm your age when I came in.
Right.
And I understand how you get agitated with
Yeah.
the younger."
Yeah.
Because I get agitated every day, man.
Yeah.
I get agitated with younger kids every day.
We were all young, and we all remember our elders at the time saying, you really should listen to what I'm telling you. But you're like, I'm young and I know everything. And then when you get to our age, you're like, yeah, I was a stupid punk.
You don't know everything.
Exactly.
My elders said, "Get the hell out of this business, kid."
Right. Well, guys, before we get too much further and we get into that guitar there, let's go ahead and pop open the chat and see who is here. I've got 109,000 messages in there, it looks like. So let me
140 people watching.
Yeah, let me get it unzipped here, and I'll get up to the top and see who pops out here. Yeah, there we go. All right, scrolling up. First in, I think it was Dan Gorman a couple days ago. His message has disappeared, but I remember seeing him there. Next in was channel member Patty Dill. Good to see you, Patty. Then we've got R2R3 Lockinut hanging out in the chat. Right on. Channel member Cushman NYC is here. Channel member McCollum Music, Matty. Appreciate you showing up, sir. Good to see you. We've got channel member Hillary. I know that you've been busy with the 911 stuff going on. Have you talked to Hillary since all that catastrophe over there?
Yeah, we talked a little bit Sunday night. She works in the next county over.
Oh, okay. So she didn't get much of that.
Yeah, I think she told me she volunteered to go help this county out, and they're just like, they had already evacuated because the 911 center for here is right down the street from my house.
Gotcha.
And they were gone, so.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. Did we say hey to Cushman? I think we did. Wall of Cries. Welcome in, sir. Channel member man? J. Paul. Good to see you hanging out. We got channel member Paul McNary. He's sort of here. Maybe the cats have carried him away somewhere.
I'm sort of here too.
Let's see. Channel member Hip Metalworks saying good day. Good to see you, Hip.
Hey, Hip.
Let's see. We've got Jimmy Biter hanging out in the chat. Right bastard. On. Channel member No Man's Land is here. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Fisticuffer, first time here, came from 40 Grit Mike's channel. Right on.
Hey, thanks, man.
Right
thanks
on.
for coming over.
We Tuesday nights we do Guitarsenal, we do Gear Talk. Thursday nights we do Trans Trim Thursday. I break out a Steinberger Trans Trim guitar and play some riffs, and then all of us guys jam. And then Sunday we have a community jam. So anybody from the community wants to jump on, as long as you can get your camera and your guitar into the computer, we'll jam to some backing tracks. So welcome in, Fisticuffer. Good to see you.
Tonight, Randy is an example of what we don't want.
Right. Let's see. Greasy Monkey Guitars channel member is here. Greasy. Welcome back. Welcome back.
There can be none more greasy.
Right on. Quentin James is here. Good to see you, Quentin.
Cute.
There's Dan Gorman. Let's see. We got Pete Estevez is here. Channel member. Good to see you. Let's see. Channel member Blue Mox is hanging out with us. Good to see you. Let's see, scrolling on down.
Has he asked how much that guitar is yet?
Yeah, he asked the other day, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's see, scrolling. All the usual suspects here. Channel member Alonzo Guardia saying what up. Hey. We got Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is hanging out with us. Good to see you. There's Rock Daddy. Howdy y'all. Did you see Rock Daddy at Zim's today?
I did not, but I've met Rock Daddy more than once over there and hung out and talked about guitar stuff. Yeah, cool cat.
Right on. Let's see. We got Ronnie Parker, who's over at 40 Grits channel there. Good to see you. Welcome in. Let's see. Paul McNary, we said hey to. Channel member Steve Resor is here. Good to see you. Let's see. Scrolling on down.
Steve.
Let's see. We said hey to Wall of Cries, didn't we? Fisticuffer saying hey to you, Mike.
What up, dude?
KXM Rock is here. Good to see you, sir. We got channel member Bo, Guitar Man 45, saying hey to the crew here. Good to see you, Bo. Let's see. Andy Carson, channel member. What's good, fellas? How's everyone in OUville tonight? We are doing good, man.
Happy
Doing good.
birthday, Andy.
brother.
Right on. I heard somebody, heard a little birdie say something about that. So hope you had a good one. Hope you had the day off at least. Andy, if you don't know, Mike is our favorite firefighter from the Tennessee area.
Okay.
Let's
I've
see.
seen him on. I've seen him Under the Bus too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Who else do we got? Randy Price chatting in there. We got channel member OTW Music and Arts, and we've got Wayne McConnell. Good to see you, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne.
Hope you're doing good.
Welcome in. Hope you're doing fine, man. All right. So we are caught up in the chat. Let's get going, man. Mike, tell us about this guitar that you've got there.
Well, let's start it off with the picture that I sent to Randy from me at the Fender tour, and I reached in a raw. There was a raw body, a stop tail, and a neck that looks similar to this. But now that I look at this picture, I said to Randy, I go, "Wouldn't that be cool if this was mine?" And Randy was like, "Oh my God, that'd be so awesome." And I said it to Ryan, and Ryan goes, "Where's the other two volume or where's the other volume and tone?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's not my guitar." I was so crapped out.
That was the first thing I saw. I was like,
It's
nope,
hilarious.
nope, that's not one of them.
Because I didn't catch it.
Those holes weren't drilled yet.
Yeah, right. No,
they were completely in the wrong spot. That's just a hardtail version. But
I pulled that out. I pulled that out. The guy goes, "Excuse me, sir."
Like
that was so funny.
That's not how this
Excuse me,
works.
Yeah. "Excuse me, sir." I was like, I work it down at Sir. I know what I'm doing. I know what you.
Yeah, fuck
But,
around.
yeah, that was
Fender bullshit.
that was funny, man.
I can build it better.
Well, Randy, I was sitting on the service drive one night. I want to say it was 2016, and I was writing service when I first moved out here because I wanted to learn the whole store. I did sales for a year, and I went and wrote service for a year, and I went back to sales. So I was writing service. I wrote service for probably about a year and a half. But I was sitting at my desk on the service drive. It was the end of the night, and this popped up, and I got it for $1,100.
Oh my God. That sucker's worth, Blue Mox, this is for you. That guitar is probably worth $7,000 to $8,000 today.
Yeah. I got it for $1,100. And I got it, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool." I'm not a big stop tail guy, but I thought these were cool. I just thought they looked cool, So I said, "Well, $1,100. I mean, it's worth the risk." I will say that it spent more time in the case than it spent out of the case, just because as soon as they started talking about they were 66 made, this one is number 90, or this is, well, it says 94.
Wait a second. God damn it.
Right?
But I guess it was 66 made. It's WGC, a bunch of zeros, and 94A. So I think probably because a bunch of them went to Ed, or they probably had prototypes involved or something like that. But this one's number 94. So yeah, $1,100, man. I mean, I pulled this out. I put this on a bench the other day just because I knew that people were going to ask. The bridge is reading 17.4. The neck is reading 16, and the weight on this thing. Take a guess.
I would say
that body is.
I would say that that's probably right at almost 9.5, 10 pounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9.
9.
8.5.
8.5.
Wow.
I'll go $1.
9 pounds, 12 ounces.
There we go.
It's a beast, but the cool thing is, it's got the low friction for the volume, and they went to high friction on the tones because the originals, which I don't have one out right now, but the original black, white, and sunburst, when those came out, the tones were low friction too. So when I would gig with that guitar, I started to get muddy, and I'd reach down and my volume would be off, or my tone would be off, and I'd be like, "Man, these pots, I got to do something about these pots." Yeah. And then I think enough people complained about them, and they changed them to high friction. So
the actual weight of that guitar is 9 pounds, 12 ounces.
9 pounds, 12
Okay.
ounces.
So who was it that said 9.5 to 10 pounds on this panel?
That was you, sir. Yeah, yeah, that was you.
So the they have the ebony as well. So they made a lot more of those, or were those just as limited? Do you know?
I don't know. I know that I think it was 66 in total, right? Not just 66 white. I think it was 66 in total.
Wow.
There were 66 Wolfgang Customs done. So it was 66 in total. And if you're looking for one, like seriously, I have a friend of mine that's selling one, but it's the tobacco burst. It's not a white. It's like a burst. So if you're interested, we can chat when we get out. But he's back in Detroit, but he's selling his. I was just back there visiting, and he said, "Well, I'm thinking about getting rid of mine." So this thing is mint as I don't think whoever had this didn't play it. So
yeah. So where did you find that one though? Was it local? Or
no,
popped
it
up?
was Reverb or eBay. I think it was Reverb.
I wonder if it was just somebody that didn't know what they had, or they just weren't as valuable back then.
I don't think they were doing that well back in that time frame, that 2016 time frame. I think that I know it popped, but I snagged it as soon as it popped. Like it was like it just been listed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it there was no make offer. It was just you want it, you buy it. So
right. So for anybody that's here that doesn't know the full specs of that guitar, can you run us through it? It's mahogany body, maple top, right? It's
mahogany body, maple top. It's got the it's surely a 1 11/16. It's fatter than an R2. It's got the Wolfgang feel on the back. It's a the scale on this is 24 3/4, I believe. And the way that you can tell is the body on this, it's stubbier. When you look at the distance to the volume knobs and everything, it seems like the body's a little bit smaller on these, but these are a Les Paul scale. And when you pick it up, it's got a very Les Paul feel. But the neck is very Wolfgang feeling. The pickups are awesome. And the volume pots, it's everything that I would want to, kind of like that Sir Aura. It's everything that I would want on a Les Paul. This is everything that I would want on a Les Paul.
Right. So basically it's designed just like a Les Paul, but in a Wolfgang shape. Wolfgang
shape and Wolfgang.
Do you know if they changed the tilt of the headstock any, or that's all Wolfgang?
It doesn't look.
Yeah, that
different.
looks like the standard Wolfgang.
Like standard. It looks pretty standard.
Yeah. So it's
the
actually
body on it's surely thicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it is super. This body was just a really thick
feeling.
He just happens to have a Les Paul or two for comparison. And
he's got that the signatures.
Yeah. That's so back off to the. Oh no, maybe. Well, it looks like I may have a little more real estate side to side of the jack.
Yeah, I think you do.
Just a touch.
But is that the USA or the made in Japan?
This is the USA.
What's your take on that? Do you like that guitar?
I love it.
Yeah.
When I got it, I was like, oh my God, that's the best guitar I've ever played.
Yeah, that's Ryan's second best guitar.
Yeah.
First best is a Steinberger, I assume.
Well, according to Randy, this is my second best guitar. He fell in love with Claudia here, the Les Paul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his 59 VOS LP is his best guitar in my opinion. That white Wolfgang it comes in and out. John,
I was going to say you're looking awesome.
Yeah, it'll go to shit again here shortly.
My personal number one would be the GL2T. So
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm with Randy, Claudia, and then that one there.
Yeah. Now Randy has played both of those guitars, so he has a little bit of experience with those. John is basing it on.
Which one is the 59? Which one is that? Let me see that one. That 59 he's talking about.
Chlamydia.
That's I've seen that one. Yeah. Nice top.
Thank you. Yeah, this was the 59. What?
like you had anything to do with it.
Well, I own it, so
Well, that's that.
thank you for complimenting my guitar.
There you go.
59 reissue, BOS, I think they call it.
There's a
Yeah.
neck on it. How's it feel? Is it chunky or is it thin?
No, it's more
like-
of
it's right on the
it's more of a
cusp of the
60s. Yeah,
Yeah.
more of a 60s style. It's supposedly an exact copy of what a 59 Les Paul would be. Made the
Yeah.
same way with the hide glue and all that stuff in the custom shop.
Yeah, the 58 59s were a little bit thicker than the 60s, but not as thick as the normal 50s profile.
Right.
I will say that guitar did make me buy a Les Paul like a week later. So
Oh, really?
It did. Yeah.
did.
I have Les Paul itis. Is that a bat? Yeah, I don't like them, but that I've been fighting that demon since he pulled that thing out. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. It's a nice one.
Back in my gigging days, you kind of had to have a Les Paul
Mm-hmm.
because, like, I had to have at least one. So I had that studio. I have an old studio with an ebony fretboard. And then if somebody ever said, "Hey, do you have a Les Paul?" I say, "Yeah, I've got a Les Paul." If I went and played with somebody, yeah, I've got a Les Paul. But it was important to have at least one. And I'm really not a Les Paul guy either. But I've got a Randy Rhodes. I've got the 74 reissue. And then I've got the I bought that R7 back in Nashville in whatever February or March that was. We went back there. And as soon as I bought it, there were 2 gold tops on the conveyor. Have you guys been to the Gibson?
Mm-mm.
The Gibson? No, they got that conveyor that goes around the store, and they had 2 gold tops. I said, I'm leaving with a gold top because of the Doug Aldrich thing. So I said, I'm leaving with a gold top, and they pulled down a VOS that was clean, brand new, and they pulled down one of the Murphy Labs, and the Murphy Lab, it was a black back, and it was all checked out and everything, and it was really cool looking. And as soon as I said I'll buy it, Cesar walked in. And I go, but I got to get a picture with him with the guitar for me to buy it.
Right.
And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. So they called him in. He came in. We sat there and talked about it. He picked it up. He felt it. He goes, oh, that's a nice one. I said, well, for the amount of money I'm paying, it should be. And got a picture with him. And, that was a really cool experience. That's a cool place if you haven't been to the Gibson store in Nashville. It's a really cool.
Yeah, that would be a
experience.
fun trip. Yep.
That's a cool one.
Hey,
Hey,
what is up, Symmetry?
what's up?
Trev, welcome
Cheers,
in,
fellas.
sir. Welcome in.
So you ended up with that Murphy Lab?
Yeah, I've got it. I could break it out if you want to.
Well,
Right.
Bo,
But
Guitar Man 45, he says, wait until Ryan gets a Murphy. He'll think that's the best guitar. See, that's interesting, Bo, because I was on the hunt for a Les Paul for a long time. And I've got Righteous guitars here. I've got several guitar centers. And one of the guitar centers has a platinum room. And so they had some of the Murphy Lab guitars that I played there, played one over at Righteous, and none of them compared to this custom shop guitar. It's the wood. You get the right
It's
combination,
wood, man.
the right guitar at the right time. And
Built on the right day by the right guy.
exactly. So, it's obviously it helps having those master builders that are doing it in the Murphy Lab, but Custom Shop did a pretty dang good job on that one too. So I don't think that
before we move on, so that guitar, Mike, what is your overall, outside of the value of it and the rarity of it, is there anything special about it? Is it
No, it's just it's one of the 66 stock guitar. I think that I may not play this guitar just because of how rare it is.
right?
I got one of those. I got a bunch of these fret protectors. I got it, sir.
right.
John knows what these are. And I went up to Steve Smith one day and I go, hey, Steve, I need some fret protectors. He goes, how many you need? I go, about 30. And he goes, oh my God. And I go, yeah, if I can get like 30, and he gave me a great price on them, and I got a whole bunch of them. I still have a whole bunch of them out in the garage, but I keep this one in the case with a fret protector on it. And,
Mm-hmm. When I
one
first
day my
got
picking-
when I first got my GL2T, I opened up the case and it had one of those on there. And so I just took some pictures of it and I, shared it with some friends. They're like, I've never seen a fretless Steinberger.
yeah,
Like, no,
Yeah.
it's just the cover.
yeah.
Let's say hello, Florida Claimers. Ted, welcome in, sir. Good to see you hanging out. We've also got Mikey hanging out over on 40 Grits channel. Good to see everybody over there. And anybody that's over on 40 Grits channel, if you haven't visited here before, please give us a sub over here. And everybody over here, make sure you sub over at 40 Grits. And that's, a little networking. That's how we grow our channels.
I put your channel's link in my last build because I said I was going to be on there. So inside my description, I put the link to your channel. So
right on,
everybody
man.
that got here tonight, that's how they got here. So
awesome. Appreciate that. Let's see. I also saw somebody else pop in here. Who was it? We said hey to Mikey. Well, there's Patty saying hello to her. Sandra Picorni, welcome in. Good to see you hanging out with us. Let's see. We got Triple Hot Messes here. Corey and Thomas. Good to see you. And we said hey to Quentin already. Let's see. Blue Mox has gone over there. And he's subbed to you over there. Right on.
Mox, what's up, man?
All right. So my question about that guitar, do you know any of the full build? Is that like some EVH flavor on a Les Paul style guitar, or did they go all out EVH and put all the carbon fiber through the neck and into the headstock?
Oh yeah, no, it's got the carbon fiber. It's got the radius. It doesn't have the Les Paul radius. It's got more of the flatter radius. I should have looked up the specifics on this guitar, but I was kind of thinking you were going to, but
well, there's not a whole lot that I could find.
There's not.
Yeah.
And but I think getting the pickups read a little hotter than I thought they were going to, because usually the neck pickup is right around 14, like 14-ish for, and 16, 14 and 16. These are close, but these are running a little hotter than what I thought they were going to be, because I had never measured them. I got into measuring the pickups on those walkarounds that I do, because I was like, John always said, do not measure a pickup by its resistance.
Right.
But I will say
correct.
But I will say that I do. And it seems like it always works out the way that I want it to. Okay, that's going to be hotter. That's going to be ridiculous. That's not going to be enough. And that gives me an idea. At least, looking at resistance gives you an idea of what you're dealing with, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like doing, these pickups are reading blah, 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 so that's where I got that from. But when I checked these the other day, I was like, well, I've never weighed this guitar, so that'll be interesting, because I knew it was heavy. And but yeah, I mean, like, the neck feels very similar to a Wolfgang neck, shorter scale, pickups are great. The fine tuners on the stop tail is freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, how far can you go with that? Do you have maybe like two whole steps each way, or?
Oh no, they got a lot. They've got quite a bit of travel. I mean, like a lot of travel. So I wonder if I can. There's a lot of travel.
You certainly could do a drop D on it real quick.
You could. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day about Warren D. Martini, and he said that we tried to show him a detuner, and he goes, "What are you talking about? What is that?" And I go, "Well, it's a thing you pull out, so when you're playing live, you don't have to." Because he would always grab the fine tuner and just spin it down, old school. And he was just so confused when I tried to explain the detuner to him. And still to this day, he doesn't use one. And he's probably one of the '80s guys that does a lot of drop D. A lot of that rat stuff is drop D.
Right. Yeah.
So.
But
yeah, this would surely take you to drop D for sure.
Whatever those guys are used to, I'm sure that's what they're sticking to.
That's all I've ever
100%.
done. I tried a couple of the D-tuners and fuck that, get it off. Garbage. In the bin, garbage. I've got a brand new one here if anybody wants it. I'll
send it to me, John. I'll find it. I'll put it on something.
I find it interesting that they decided on that. They still call that the JP6 fine tuner tail on that. It's interesting that they didn't use a locking nut.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's I guess it's really kind of silly if you think about it, but maybe Ed wanted the fine tuner on there.
They do on the hardtail, like the one that you showed that was in the regular line, they do put a locking nut on those.
Yep.
Yeah. But this USA Custom, they did not. So I think they were trying to keep a little bit of the nod to, what the 59 style Les Paul was.
Now,
but still have some modern appointments on it.
Were the customs when they started doing the A3 neck pickup?
I think that was more recently on the US signatures. Well, I say recently, in the later years.
So I was doing some digging, trying to find info on those Wolfgang Customs, and all I could find was they made 66 total. And then there's actually, they did 24 prototypes. That guitar was apparently originally supposed to be made in Japan. And then the tsunami and all that stuff, and that's when they moved production to China. But there's 24 of those that are prototypes that are made in China.
There's one for sale on Reverb right now.
Yep.
That's supposedly one of those. Yeah. And it's
what kind of nut is on that? A bone nut, or is it?
Thank you, John. I was going to ask that, but I forgot.
Buddy.
No.
Like
I'd forgotten.
Looks like bone to me, man. It's got that bone look. I think it is. Yeah. I would say that's probably bone. Yeah.
So it's interesting that I just happened to get a package today.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not a guitar.
No. So I'm going to swap over this, and we're going to open this up just real quick. Let's see. But it's interesting that you have that guitar. Because...
Jesus, what'd they do to that box? Jump up
accordion.
and down on the
Ace Ventura delivered that one.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Package people.
Still sharpen that knife good, eh?
Oh yeah. I guess I'm lucky that this got here.
Oh right, it went through the hurricane.
All right, let's see. I know John loves the ASMR.
ASMR,
So I got a couple of these in here. So as you know, you can no longer purchase, that I know of, the EVH USA made pickups. So I happened to find a retailer that had the chrome ones.
Oh, that's cool.
And these were from several years ago. And these are supposed to be made in the USA. There we go. Made in USA right there.
That's cool.
So I got some USA chrome covered pickups. So there's bridge pickup there. And then
made in USA, China. Made the town's USA.
all these unboxings that I do on here, all the boxes are laying right there to my left. They'll be stacked to the ceiling here before long.
Do you have a plan for those, Ryan?
Well, that's something that I was going to talk about, but make sure that everything appears to have arrived safely. So I got a bridge and a neck, both chrome.
That's awesome.
And I'm assuming, yeah, this one's made in USA as well. But I'm assuming that these would be the same pickups that would be in that guitar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't think they were doing anything more custom than these as it were. And I never heard anything that there was anything different about that guitar there. But
yeah,
I had a plan for these, and that kind of fell through a little bit today. But yeah, I will eventually get these into something.
It's not like you won't find a home for them.
Yeah, for sure. But these
I found a spec sheet for the Wolfgang Custom.
Oh, cool.
All right, put it up.
Those are four conductor on those, right?
Let me get over here where I can.
We're too far. We're pushing Ryan. He's pacing us, and we're trying to rush him ahead.
So they come out, and it's actually only back over here, back over there, two conductor. But obviously, you've got all that there.
No, they got the other wires wrapped back.
Oh no, they'll be four there. The one just backed in.
Right.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
shrink tube
that's
back to itself.
Yeah. They're just tucked back in there then.
That's wire ready. So that's really cool that they do that for people that don't know what goes to what, and that just makes it really easy for people to go to hot and go to ground, and you're in business.
I've never been one that's gonna coil tap or split or anything like that. Okay. So that's all that I need. That's cool. What I think I'm going to do though is obviously the covers just solder on right there. I'm probably going to unsolder them and take the covers off of them. But
the interesting thing will be what color those bobbins going to be.
Exactly. I'm hoping that they're going to be cream and black, but we'll see.
That'd be cool.
I was curious about that myself.
So we'll fast forward and we'll see them in the guitar covered with a big purple heat flash on them because they were just straight cream or they were neon pink or something.
So the one real cool thing about this guitar is if you guys are Mammoth WVH fans, John Jordan has one of these.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And Chip Ellis took it and took the paint off the back and shaved the neck and made some modifications to it, and it's a really cool looking relic out. I mean, like it's almost that. If I knew Chip Ellis, I'd say, "Hey Chip, what's the chance of me taking this and relicing mine out just like his?" Because his is really cool looking.
Yeah,
John Jordan is really cool looking.
Trev, check your messenger.
So 66 total. I know that there were some quilted, or flame. Yeah. And an ebony and then the ivory. So 66. See, I didn't know it was 66 all together. I thought it was 66 of the ivory.
And that's what I'd seen on a post from a guy that worked at Fender on it was on one of the Reddit guitar pages. He worked at Fender when those were made. That's how I found out there were 24 Chinese prototypes made.
Right.
But he said they did 66 total, and I guess they did less of the sunburst than they did the black and the white.
Okay.
I believe that.
Well,
because of the tops. Yeah.
Well, yeah, while you guys are chatting, I'm going to get on Reverb and start pulling up and see what's on here.
Inside my list of nonsense that I keep, like notes and stuff, I've got that actually here. 66 Wolfgang Customs, 876 Star guitars, and 1,432 circles. So if you have any of those, I mean, especially the Star, like I got my Star guitar on clearance at Guitar Center for $700.
Oh wow!
And they have 876 of those built, and now they're going for a couple grand, I think, when I see them on Reverb.
The original release of the white,
the striped
Star.
one.
I got you.
Yeah, the Van Halen 2. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of felt bad when they brought the circles back out for all those people trying to sell them for $3,000.
Yeah.
But the original circles, those were gloss finish, weren't they?
Mine's gloss, yeah.
And the new ones are flat finish.
They're flat, and you can feel the paint, which is cool. I mean, I guess different strokes, but at least I've got one of the 1400 or whatever. What did I say it was? The 1432. They did 1432 circles. So
nice. So obviously you've played that guitar. How does it feel? How does it play? How does it resonate?
To be honest with you, tonight I picked it up and it feels like the action needs to come up. But I checked the neck. The neck is the adjustment's great. I think the last time I was playing this guitar, maybe I want a little more ability to grab under the string a little bit, and these are the action feels very low on this. So it sounds good. I like I said, it spends more time in the case and it'll spend even more time in the case now because they're just going for ridiculous money. So I'll just let it keep just sit and
But do
do its thing.
do you feel like that it sounds like a Les Paul would? You know, they got sort of that woody mahogany kind of thing to them.
Yeah, it's got a lot of it's got a lot behind it. A typical Les Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got that Les Paul,
That
punch.
grunt.
It's got that nice, yes. But you have to understand that the pickups in this, then you have to decipher, okay, how much of that is the pickup and how much of that is the actual guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you've got a Les Paul style guitar with super hot pickups in it. I mean, the only comparison would be the what's that Gibson pickup? It's a Alnico 5. Randy, what is it?
The Eruption pickup?
No, the Les Paul.
The Dirty Fingers?
No.
498T.
Oh no,
David
I'm sorry.
Sanchez.
It's a ceramic. It's a ceramic. It's the 500T.
Yeah, 500T.
The 500T is the hottest pickup. When I went to the when I went to the mod shop, I walked back and they go, and this guy runs the pickups. There's a whole cage of pickups. And I go, hey, do you have any 500Ts in there? And he goes, yeah, I've got some. And I go, can I buy one? They go, we don't do retail here. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going over to the Gibson garage. Is there something we can do? And he goes, they've got some over there. I went over there and the guy goes, we haven't seen a 500T forever. And I was, I'd love to have I've got two 500Ts in my pickup box back there. I got two of them just waiting. But I got to say, my favorite Les Paul pickup is that ceramic magnet 500T. That's my favorite Les Paul pickup.
I've never had good success with ceramic pickups. They've always, in my rig anyway, they sound, I don't know, very just shrilly, I guess. Maybe that's just my rig. I don't know.
Yeah, try one. Just try one. I think they're kind of pricey now. I mean, there's just not a lot out there.
Yeah.
So.
Ben has one in his Explorer. That's why that thing's got such a smoking.
Oh yeah, that thing is hot. Yep.
Yeah,
Let's,
that's by far our hottest pickup.
Let's see. Can we see that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's the wrong one. Let me get over here.
Randy,
we
you
go.
pulled the specs up on a
250.
what nut is this? Is it a bone?
It didn't
A
say.
bone? No.
I sent him to Trev because his internet's not messed up.
It's a bone. Got the bone look.
All right. So here is one right here. EVH Wolfgang USA Custom Shop, only 66 made. And they have that one listed for $72.50. Who knows if they'll get that?
It's
So-
been on there for a while, so.
Yeah. So here is a EVH Wolfgang Custom Deluxe USA. This is not the same thing, right? That's a 2017. Yeah, I don't believe that's this. Well, is it?
Why are they like, well, I guess $1.5
I
apart?
think there's too long of a gap there. I think there's a difference between that one and that black one down there.
Mm-hmm. That looks like a little longer scale, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's something different there.
Yeah. And then a gold top here, they're saying is a
That gold top,
2017. Yeah. Yeah, the pickup rings are different on those. Those are black. And then, yeah, here's a 2011 USA Custom 4-knob hardtail bridge. 5843. Jeez.
The two 2017 models, do those have the TP6 bridge on them with the fine tuners or no?
It looks like it does. You can see the fine tuners on those.
Yeah, it does. But you see
different,
where
though.
you see where the mouse pointer is there on that tone knob back there.
Mm-hmm.
How far back that is, and then look here.
Oh yeah, that's really different.
This is way up. A lot shorter scale on the 2011 one here.
Well, in that spec list I sent Trev, they have two different bridges listed and two different string spaces listed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two different
So-
nut widths.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So I'm wondering if that's those versus the 2012 ones.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably so.
Or did they do like a Fender scale one? No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Have you guys seen this pre-order for this new EVH Custom Shop special edition?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they're doing like a couple, right? They're doing a couple colors.
Yeah, there's a purple one there, and then they've got the ivory with the gold hardware there.
So overall, all of these guitars, they're basically the same guitar, but just different releases of them, right? Like same neck, same pickup, same woods.
No, I think
Got
the
a
one.
Floyd on it. That black one's got
Not
a
this
Floyd on it.
particular
Look at
one.
that.
Which one? This one here.
That new one's got a Floyd on it. That's cool.
Yeah.
The inlays on that are sick too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got the stripe
cool.
inlays. Let me
That
let me
purple one
click
have
on
a
that one.
single coil in the neck.
It did.
It does.
It did. Let me
Now you're talking
I guess
my
the
language.
No
The
kidding.
point I'm trying to
Yeah, I
make
like
is that
singles
it's
on
about the rarity of them, isn't it? Then, because that's what I was asking Mike earlier. That guitar you're holding right there is worth, would you say, $7,000?
Well, they've got one listed on here for $7,200.
right,
And
But it's not
Well, you
because
can
it's-
ask whatever you want.
Yeah,
You
that's
can ask
just what.
whatever you want. What you
That's
get
just
is different.
yeah. That's just
but
what
it's
they're
not
asking.
because it's inherently the best version of a Les Paul. It's because it's a limited run EVH branded thing, right?
There you go. Look at that
Yeah.
thing.
That's pretty.
Kind of like that.
I dig
Yeah.
those
Nice
inlays.
guitar.
Those inlays or the stripes thingamajiggers.
Yeah, they got the
Yep.
the EVH stripe pattern in them.
Cool.
That's
It
cool.
it looks
I
like
that.
a cross between a Les Paul custom layout with the gold hardware.
That headstock though.
The
I don't
can
mind
opener.
it. I don't mind it.
All Mike's got to do is sell me that chub tone, and then he can buy that.
The
There you
Jeff
go.
Tone? Yeah. I need to reach out to that guy. I want him to build. Yeah, I want to do another build. I want to do a build with that guy. You and I talked about the other day. I was considering another guitar, and I'm just out on that right now. I'm just out on that because of the wait time, and Chub Tone just said the other day he's got open builds for delivery in March of next year.
See you,
Yeah.
Andy. Be safe.
Let's go.
Let's see. We got Billy Jettison is here from Over 40's channel. Welcome in. Let's see. Did we say hey to Florida? He said,
Hey, that guy.
some
Back
tape.
up to that guy. That's the guy who bought the. That's the guy who bought the beast today. So
Oh,
Dane
right
opens
on.
up that case. Dane opens up the case and goes, "Yeah, I got this guy." I go, "I think that's a beast," and he goes, "Yeah, that's a beast." And then the guy writes on my channel. He goes, "Hey man, I bought that beast. Thanks a lot for going to that guitar store today."
yeah,
So,
right on.
congrats, man. Congrats on your beast.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Rico B is hanging out. Right on. Good to see you. There's Sandry. Right on. Trying to catch everybody here. Can't Drive 55 has made his way in. Good to see you. And Bel Soriso Joy is here. Right on. I think that used to be Biscuit Joy. And yeah, I think we're caught up. Say hey in the chat if
Rock
we
Daddy.
missed you.
Rock Daddy said the 500T and the 496 has several guitars of those his favorites. Yeah. Hey man, if you haven't tried the 500T, it's a ceramic magnet and by far my favorite Les Paul pickup. I mean, like of all the guitars I've had, even that custom shop. I mean, I still like the 500T. So if
Right
you haven't
on.
tried one, try one. I've got one in a Strat. I put one in a Strat. I just routed out the dog ears a little deeper and mounted that. And yeah.
How'd it sound in
That's
that?
a good pickup. It's amazing. Amazing.
Right on.
So, yeah.
So tell us about what you picked up at Zim's today, or
Oh.
we can just tell people to go watch your video.
Well, I'll grab it real quick. It's kind of fun to talk about, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, he showed it.
The gear nerd stuff comes out more than the desire for content.
We saw it when he bought it.
What's up, Alice G? Good to see you.
Some guy was on my I don't want to call them trolls. It's just people that like to provoke you to see if you're gonna like fire back. And I'm never gonna fire back. So don't even try it on my channel. But some guy said to me the other day. He said more practicing and less collecting. And I was like, buddy, I'm at the point in my life where I can just sit here and stare at a guitar for 2 hours. I
Yeah.
don't want to play it. I just want to look at it.
It's like, just leave me alone. I'm going to do my thing. We got Bryant Crawford is here. He's saying, what's up, 40? Just seen you at Zim's.
Oh.
And he didn't hear a word I said. We had Bryant Crawford saying hello to you. He says, just seen you at Zim's.
So I wonder if he was the guy that was just there was a guy in there. Me and Dane were just running around. There was a guy in there playing. So hey man, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. And he was just sitting there noodling on a guitar. And I probably should have said hi to the guy. I don't know. Me and Dane were running around acting silly.
You just did.
So, hey dude, what's up?
All right, so I gotta put you on the pedestal here. Look, it's still got the tags on it. Uh-oh.
Gonna J-hand in it. I can see it now.
I see the imperfection. So probably I want to say it was, I don't know. You go back on my shorts and I was at Dane's shop. It was right when I started my channel, so it was at the end of May. And I went out there for the Larry Mitchell thing, and he had this guitar, and I go, Dane, is that a Focus 2000? The Made Japan stamps on the back, and I go, why is that guitar here? Why didn't somebody buy that? And he said, I don't know, man. So I said to myself, okay, I could buy it, but let somebody else take it. Just kind of like back off a little. You got enough guitars, have somebody else take it. Let somebody else get a cool guitar. I went in there again. It's still sitting there. And I go, Dane, why is that Kramer still here? I don't know, man. I don't know. And then today I went in there and I was like, Dane, are you serious? And he said, yeah, it's still here. So I grabbed it and I started, just sitting there noodling on it. And I go, God, this thing plays good. And it was fretting out a little bit, which y'all fix. It's no big deal. And I checked the neck's good. Consistent. Think about this, man. This is probably, what do you think, Randy? 85?
I'd say 80. I'd say 86.
86. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Well, that's a pointy, right? A pointy headstock.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably 86, maybe 87 on the later end.
Perfect. I mean, like the consistency in the neck is perfect. And I'm sitting there going, man, they just don't build guitars like this anymore. And then I said, well, what are we going to do? I said, what's the good guy price today? And Dane goes, I'll do it for blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay. So him and I made a deal, and I'm very happy with it. So it's a Kramer 200 ST or 200 Focus 200 2000, and made in Japan. The old school Floyd. That's pretty much why I bought it, because of Floyd Rose.
Yeah.
And I'll pull the pickups. I don't know what pickups are going to be in it. It'd be cool if I had some JBJs in it. I don't know what it's going to have. It may not, but I can tell that they're original because the pickup tape is discolored. When it goes to that purple color, usually they're original. So I'm thinking they're probably original, and it's in fantastic shape. There's not a chip on it. So
what was the imperfection where you said, ooh?
I just saw right here, but you know what it is? It's a sanding imperfection.
Oh, okay. So it's been there for years.
It's on the round. You can see it. And I remember one day Mike Ponce came out with a guitar, and I go, hey, Mike, do you see this? Do you see underneath that? And he's looking at it, and he goes, do you see that? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh my God, that's really good that you see that. And so I guess my eyes weren't as bad as they are now, because I could see a lot of stuff like imperfections, almost to the point to where he would look at it and go, ship it.
Right.
I go, hey Mike, you cool with this? And he'd look at it and he'd go, ship it, hand it back to me, and I take it back and finish it.
Yeah.
But but being it, sir, that is almost kind of a curse, man, because like I look at guitars and like there's things that I can't get past anymore. Like
you can't let it go.
No, I can't, and it's crazy,
So Fisticuffer is saying that he loves the Focus. He had a 3000, what he learned to play on, and he's thinking that one's an 85, 86 because it has the older flat neck plate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the Focuses had these different plates. They didn't say, they didn't have the, it was like a casting. These are just plates. Those old Kramer ones are a casting,
right.
They were casted. So
I think 85 was a transition year on those Focuses where they went from the beak headstock to the pointy headstock. Because I've had a buddy of mine that had an 84, and it was a beak headstock 2000, Focus 2000. I think 85 might be the transition. You're like the first half of them were beaks, and the rest of them were that headstock.
Well, some of them had kind of the almost banana-ish hockey stick on them too.
Right.
So
Surely not a 3-piece neck. I mean, this is a 1-piece. So,
Right back, boys.
surely a ESP neck. And I mean, the person that will be the final say will be Robbie Stingle. So I'll have to show this to Robbie and see what his take on it. But I mean, honestly, if I had to choose between this and that Wolfgang, I'd take this.
well, let me know when you're ready to ship that Wolfgang this way.
Well, it's funny to look at those and go, okay, so if it was down to these two guitars, which one would you keep? I'd keep this one.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
It just plays better. It for me, it plays better.
For you. Yeah.
It feels good,
Bo says you're picking up on his practice. Leave the tags on, put them in a case, and slide them under the bed.
So it's almost like a conversation piece. It's I did that just to be kind of silly, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, it's like you get the hat, leave the tag on it.
Yeah.
That's the fashion.
Pearl.
That's the style.
Pearl. Yeah.
Let's see. Steve says, nice Kramer. Right on. Bryant Crawford says, do you guys know how old a Floyd Rose is that loads strings through the back of the tubes?
Randy.
80s, late 80s.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Speed loader.
Yeah.
Speed loader.
Yeah. Bo says, I thought they were 6,000. Have one here. Pretty sure it's 6,000. What do you mean? They've got a Kramer 6,000? Is that what you talking about?
2000s, 3000s.
Well, I know they had a 1,000. It was a one humbucker.
One pickup, yeah.
They had the 2,000, which was two humbuckers. The 3,000 was a humbucker and single,
right?
Right.
The 6,000 6 single coils. Instead of 3 humbuckers, it's 6 single coils.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Fisticuffers says my 87 has the embossed neck plate, USA plate. Pete says I'll take the Wolfgang off your hand for 1,100. I've already offered him 1,500 the other night, so he's already making money. So
that'll be one of the guitars that my son can figure out when I'm not here anymore. I'll probably just keep it.
Now, you brought up the almost banana headstock, Ryan. Wasn't that the JK? The Kramer JK that had that banana headstock, not the Focus? I don't know. They did so much. They did so much shit. Yeah.
They did the weird banana style headstocks in the early Focuses. And if you watch this is interesting. The Live Without a Net, that Kramer.
That's a JK.
That's a JK neck on that Beretta body.
Well, I thought the JK 1000s was a Beretta body with that neck, but they were made in Japan.
So Robbie Stingle said on my show that they did that, and it was a Beretta body on a JK neck. That's what he said. That's the old Focuses.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, that's a Focus.
Yep.
Oh.
You ain't got no internet neither.
So that's got the old school Floyd on it, slam pickup. That would make a good candidate for a Hot for Teacher guitar, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Which one am I talking? Which one am I thinking of? Not the 1984. No.
Teacher had a slanted pickup.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher is a slanted pickup.
The 84's not slanted.
No. The 84 is the backup to the 5150,
To the 5150,
which is pretty much
right.
identical. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Oh yeah, you've got one.
Right there. Right on the end of my thumb.
Yeah.
So what else is happening? Hey, look at there. Speak of the devil, Robbie Stingle.
Oh, there he
There
is.
he is.
So Robbie, tell us about this Focus 2000 that he's got in his hands with that headstock there. What year
Robbie, I
do
scored
you
this
say
at
that was?
Danes today. Danes say, yeah, probably 85, 86, like you guys were saying. I'm thinking. But it's got the Made Japan black stamp on the back, and the neck is surely one piece. There's not two pieces there. and it's just a pointy headstock. But it'd be interesting to know what Robbie has to say. I have Robbie back on. I got a Floyd
Banjo?
Rose that he told me to pick up, and it's like an 83 Floyd Rose. So I'm gonna have him on. We're gonna talk about that Floyd Rose. So
Right on. What's up, Gary? Good to see you. Let's see. Robbie's saying hey to everybody. Right on. Let's see what you got here.
pointy is 87. Robbie's saying.
Okay. So that one there, what model is that, Jimmy? Is that a Focus?
Focus,
F1000.
yeah. That's a Focus 1000.
Okay.
German Floyd. It's routed. The body's routed.
So that'd
Is
be
that
an
yours?
Well, I just bought it like 30 seconds ago.
He's sitting
Damn it,
here.
Jimmy.
Car.
Damn you people!
He's sitting here gassing on the show as you're talking about your Kramer that you bought.
We're sitting here talking about stuff he's shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've been looking at it for a while. I've had a single pickup guitar on my radar. I just had to figure out.
Is that Floyd
one it would
Recess,
be.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Oh, so you don't have to route it.
Well, if it's not floating, it will be.
Right. Well, cool, man. Congrats. We're looking forward to seeing that one then.
Yeah, that'll be a good one for your
That
shred
would
day.
actually be guitar number 2 I got today.
Oh, wow. What's the first one?
Yeah.
Well, I've had I gave away like 3 years ago a PV Forenza AX. And I was like, I've been kicking myself in the ass for giving that guitar away. And so I've had one on my radar ever since. And so happens today, doing my little browsing the old interwebs for guitars is guess what pops up. And I was like, oh crap. Okay. So that'll be here next week.
Right on. So we got a question here from Pete. What's a good entry level vintage Kramer to pick up? Looking to add one to my collection.
I think
How
this
much
one
you
would be a
wanna
great
spend?
candidate.
Yeah. Any of the Focus 1000, 2000s. Just make sure that it does have an original Floyd. A lot of times those get stolen and replaced
Watch out for
with
specials.
with like a Floyd Rose 2 or a Floyd Rose Special or something like that.
Or
But
Takuchi.
right. A lot of value for your buck on those. Nelson
That gear
Rodriguez.
acquisition. What up,
What's up,
Nelson? The gear acquisition thing. I mean, it's like a curse. I woke up at 3:00 the other morning and I couldn't fall back asleep, so I grabbed my phone, started looking at Reverb, and it popped up. I sent it to Randy. I got the limited edition MXR flanger, the red, white, and black one. That they did in 2014. They did the red, white, and black wah, the red, white, and black MXR, and then the white and black phaser.
Mhm.
And it popped the other day, and I see those at $800. Well, the guy posted for $300. So I get it, and I go, I know there's going to be something wrong with it, but that's okay. So then I got it, and sure enough, it was doing some funky stuff through my amp. And if you ever have a problem with Jim Dunlop MXR, they're going to make you shoot a video of what the problem is before they give you the RMA number.
Mhm.
So I had to come in, shoot a video of what it was doing, and I A-B'd it against one of my white and black flangers. And then as soon as I sent that, a couple hours later, they sent me an RMA number. So I thought that was interesting that they want to see what the problem is on video before they'll have you send it, which is kind of cool. Maybe it's something that, if you can troubleshoot yourself and say, hey, try this. Because I went back and forth with them 3 times. Okay, try this now. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. I know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And then they said, well, send us a video. And then as soon as I sent the video, they sent me the email with the RMA number and stuff. So, but
Send it on
$300
there.
for that guitar, even if it's messed up. I mean, I'll take that. That's good.
Yeah. Especially if they're going to fix it.
Yeah.
Robbie
Yeah.
says the Focus and JK have ESP non-tilt, better than the American 3-piece.
Mm-hmm. That's what this is for sure.
Sounds like they're going to take care of it, Blue. They
Yeah.
said they,
Oh, yeah.
they were,
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
fix it. $75. They said send us a check inside the box for $75. That'll cover labor, parts, and shipping back to me. So that
Right
was
on.
Oh,
That was
that's all
cool.
right.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
JK 1000. Yeah, I look for those as well. Used to be years ago, I would look for them because I was one of the ones that would steal the Floyds off of them. Because
Yeah.
a lot of times they were in really, really bad shape, but the Floyds, were good, salvageable. So
There's a white JK 1000 on Reverb now with a beak neck that they want like $1,300 for, and I've sent them multiple offers, and they will not budge off that $1,300.
Well, this one that I just showed is local to my Facebook marketplace, and they want $5.99 for it. So I thought about going and grabbing it, but I'm not big on the rosewood neck. Maybe I'll pull the neck off and sell it to Robbie.
Robbie knows his Kramer stuff. That guy. This one has some fresh sprout. So like I was talking on my channel the other day, I'm not going to go hogging on this yet. I'll just stick it in the humidity for a little while, and it'll fatten right up because this is rosewood. So this will get hydrated, and it'll fluff right back up. So
yeah, it is a really, really good deal. Just if I wasn't hunting for something else, I may have gone and got it.
what are you hunting for?
Me, Steinbergers.
Yeah, like yeah. Man, that's a lot of money, bro.
I'm always looking for Steinbergers.
Yeah,
but I'm looking for the deals. Deals, so. Let's see. Matt says he just bought the Universal Audio Anti 1992 high gain amp pedal and Boss SL2 slicer. We are going to be looking forward to how that sounds, Matt.
Yeah,
Let us know.
That's cool.
For sure.
Robbie says it's all about the parts. Just looking for parts. Cool.
Parts.
Yeah, that's a slammer nut on this one, Robbie.
Even nowadays, I still find the focus for around 500 to 600. Yeah, but you got to be careful if it doesn't have the original Floyd. I think
you gotta know what you're looking for.
I think I've told the story on here. I went around looking for pawn shops. I was looking for just any Kramers or old 80s style guitars. This is back when I was doing the my 5150 replica. And I left my house, started driving, went over to all over town, big metro area, stopping at pawn shops and guitar stores and the mom and pop shops, just looking for something old that might have an older Floyd on it. Couldn't find anything. I must have spent 3-4 hours out and about. So driving home, and literally across the street from my house here, there was an older house that had been turned into a pawn shop. And when I left, I was like, yeah, I'll stop there when I'm on the way home and just see. Wouldn't you know it? I go in there. There is I forget what model it is, but it's a Kramer Focus. It's got the pick guard on it with a humbucker and 2 single, and original 80s Floyd Rose on it. And guy had
What color was it?
It was sort of a maroonish color, like a deep maroon. And guy had a price on it of like $295.
Yeah.
And I said, "Do you take $250 for it?" And he goes, "Sure."
You spent that much in fuel driving around that day.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So if I had just left my house and hit that one first, I could have saved myself a whole bunch of trouble. But,
Yeah.
It's all about the adventure sometimes, going around and seeing stuff. So it was fun.
Yeah, that Joe Bonamassa says you buy the story, you don't buy the guitar.
Yeah. Exactly.
That Beretta of mine, that 84 Beretta that I have, it's got the Kramer and it's got the Beretta on the headstock. It says Beretta on the headstock. I got that one at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. The guy texted me back. I drove over to Mesa, which is over by Zim's. It's like almost an hour drive. And I got it for $400.
Oh, wow.
Probably, and that guitar is what, $4,000 now? It's funny how those guitars have they're going up,
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Let's see what else is happening in the chat. Yeah, Matt's talking about Saturday. So Sunday. Oh, it's coming Saturday. So Sunday will be interesting. Yeah, I'd like to have you jump on, Matt. Let's hear that thing. Focus 3000, I think, is what it was. Yeah, Mikey. Right
Jimmy's over there unboxing something.
Ted says the pawn shops will bargain. Offer them over 50% of asking price. Let's see. Old 80s Floyds are worth $250. That's, yeah, I snapped it up
Gander here.
right away.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Good stuff.
What was that? I missed it.
That's a Synergy box.
Ah. What model is this one?
It smells like a Wagner.
Oh, yeah.
Wagner Ubershaw.
That's
Nice.
Cool. So we'll be hearing that one soon as well.
Yep. Sunday.
Excellent.
Robbie says he worked on that Beretta 84.
Yeah, Robbie did the fretwork. His initials are on the back of that neck.
Oh, your particular guitar that you
My
you got?
Beretta, yeah. I pulled that neck out, and he goes, "Hey, those are my initials." Yeah,
Cool.
hilarious.
Well, boys, let's see. This hour and 17. That's about all the information that we can share on that EVH Wolfgang Custom shop. So, you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
No, I appreciate you guys having me on, John. Pleasure to be in the chat with you, man.
Awesome, my man. I'm
John's been over on Reverb. He's shopping too.
Right.
Everybody backed out and went shopping. I'm back. Yeah.
See, that's what I love about doing these, though, is a lot of times, even people in the chat, they'll be like, "Ooh, let me look that up," and you hear stories like a couple days later. You say, "Hey, I saw that guitar y'all were talking about, and I picked one up, and I love it." Or the stories in the chat of, "Hey, you guys were jamming on this backing track, and I found that on YouTube, and have been playing to it." So it's cool to get the feedback from everybody in the chat and just having a good time with what we do. So really appreciate you coming on, Mike.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah. Hey,
sharing,
Pleasure.
sharing all
Hey,
that
Trev.
with us.
Hey, Trev.
Cheers.
Yep. You got some sweet ass axes, Mike.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
just gonna, just keep on. We'll just keep on plugging away, and maybe we could talk about something in the green room. I was gonna run something by you guys, but I'm just gonna keep on plugging, and I'm just gonna keep on plugging. And thanks for all the interest to all the guys that came over from my channel, and thanks for having me tonight. It was cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once,
dude.
man. I
once
really,
again,
really enjoy your channel, Mike. It's
Absolutely.
a lot of fun.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks to
Appreciate
Randy for getting me over there.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
So,
Randy and I talk a lot about car stuff and guitar stuff, and we talk a lot about stuff. So.
right.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
So, yeah, once again, thumbs up here and over at Mike's channel, 40 Grit Guitars. And if you're over
100%.
there, come over here and sub. If you're over here, go over there and sub. And let's get some networking going
Yeah,
on.
for
there.
sure, man. Absolutely.
We appreciate everybody that hung out with us tonight. Good to see all the new people over from 40 Grit's channel in the chat. And we will see everybody here on this channel for Thursday. Going to be doing Trans Trim Thursday, breaking out some Steinbergers and playing some Trans Trim riffs and then jamming with the boys here. And Mike, anytime you want to join in, let us know, man.
Cool. Hey, can I just jump in real quick? Just real
Absolutely.
Quick? Humberto. He's from Texas, and he sent me a guitar that had some issues, and he sent it to me because I told him I would work on it because I felt he said it just wouldn't stay in tune. And I did a show on that. So if you guys are having a problem with the Floyd Rose, it's 90% of the time going to be the nut. And then he sent me pictures of the nut, and I said, "That's your problem." So he sent me the guitar. I'm working on the guitar right now. I actually gutted it. I gutted the electronics on it this morning and sent him some pictures. So I appreciate you being here tonight, sir. I'm still working on your guitar. The heat out here is killing me. I'm an old man, and I can't hang out in the garage very much. But once it cools off, I hopefully I'll be able to finish that
Now,
guitar. It's
do
coming. So.
Do you mean the nut on the neck or the nut that's behind the guitar playing it?
It's a Floyd Rose. Yeah.
And a loose
This
nut
is a
strumming the
titanium.
strings.
Yeah.
He's got a prototype titanium Floyd Rose, and I just I could see where when I tore it apart, I saw where the nut is not in the right place. So I'm going to fill those holes. I'm going to dowel those holes, re-drill the holes, get the nut pushed up against the fretboard as it should be. There's a gap there, and if you have a gap there, that nut's rocking.
Yeah.
It's rocking.
Yeah.
It's not seated. So, anyways, I appreciate him being here. Umberto, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate that.
This
You
nut's
know-
a rockin'. Mike's gonna come something.
You
If
know,
the
you-
nut's rocking, I'm gonna come fix it.
You
Yeah.
mentioned that it's probably the nut. I had it was my Made in China Wolfgang that I picked up not long ago. It had where I would use the Floyd and the string would go sharp. I'm like, what the heck? You know?
Mhm.
So I got to looking and the nut was cut just slightly too low. So whenever the screw came in from the bottom, or maybe the screw was too long, it would actually push up and then the clamp from up top couldn't push down far enough. It was
Wow,
hitting that screw.
interesting.
So I had to file that screw down a little bit. I put a little washer in there, took care of it. So I agree with you. Most of your troubles are going to be somewhere in the nut.
Yep, 100%.
Especially
I'm
when
a
you have
believer.
3 of them.
All right. Well, again, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Mike, thank you for jumping on. I'm
Awesome
sure
to
that
have
we
you
will,
on, brother.
we will see you
Yeah,
once
thanks. I
again.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's
And,
been great.
Everybody make sure you hit the notifications on his channel to know when he's going live. Hit them here, likes, subs, and share the channels if you would. That really helps us out. You got Facebook or Instagram, share some of the stuff and
You know,
get
it's
some
funny.
networking going.
It's funny because
Yeah, for sure.
when Mike gets to go on when he can, right?
Mhm.
So we've got a group chat for all of us guys, and it'll either be Randy or me or somebody that's like, "Oh, Mike's getting on."
Yeah.
Clear
Yeah.
decks
Yeah.
wherever you are, YouTube land, head on
Yeah.
over.
Yep.
If we're watching another channel, we immediately just leave and go over to yours. Yeah. So
When I first started this, I was very, I think it's important because we're all like the same stuff.
Yeah.
I sat here as a guy that didn't do anything and just would sit here and watch you guys and watch Johnny and watch, Under the Bus, just watch everybody and just take it in, and go, oh my God, that's cool. I would just have it on the background and I'd come and run to the couch and say, okay, this will be cool. I'll watch it for a second. We got to make sure that at the end of the day, we all like the same shit.
mhm.
We all like the same stuff and we all got to be cool to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when I started this channel, I was like, okay, I can't go on then because they're on. I don't want to go on then because he's on.
Right.
And then and then I remember you had said in my chat one night, Ryan, you said you just have to go on and people will watch what they want to watch.
Yeah.
And I was
Yep.
like, yes, but no, because I don't want to say that I would take something from you or you would take something from me, because really at the end of the day, it does come down to whatever somebody wants to watch. But I'd really like it if everybody could just watch each other.
Yeah.
And then we could learn from each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
I mean, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like watching shows and learning something and, saying, wow, man, that's really cool. Like Tone Talk. Every time I watch Dave Friedman, I take something away from that going, oh
Yeah.
my God, that was awesome.
But see, there's my point right there. Next week on Tuesday, Tone Talk is going live at 8:30, walking all over our time. So
Yeah.
With Jakey Lee too.
It's just
so
Jakey Lee
Yeah.
again.
You might want to reschedule that one because there's going to be a
Right.
lot of people watching that Jakey Lee.
Yeah,
one.
I'm
for
going to be
sure.
watching it for 5
What's
6.
It's like,
Just have a watch
John's
party
like,
for
shut
fuck's
up.
sake.
Yeah.
it's like
John's
the
going
other
to be
week.
here and he's going to be watching Jakey
Yeah.
Lee.
Yeah.
So we may go ahead and announce right now that we probably won't have a show next Tuesday. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Buddy.
But
Well, it's like the other
because
week when they
we'll
had,
all be
uh,
watching.
It's like the other week when they had Mick Mars. They're like, Ben Coombs told Charles 75, don't do a show. Mick Mars is on
Yeah.
Tone
Embarrass
Talk.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Graciously bow out on stuff like that. Great.
Yeah.
You know, though, Mike, it's we all try to work together. I mean, we have the community and everybody, the guys that have set shows like Under the
Yeah.
Bus Boys and
Yeah.
all those. We schedule around that stuff, right? Because
Sure.
first
yeah.
of all, we don't want to have it where people have to make a choice. And the other thing is we like to watch it, so we don't want to be doing it.
Yeah.
while they're doing
Exactly.
one.
Yeah. You guys go live on Sundays. I'm usually at work.
Yeah.
So I'll pop in and then I got to pop back out because I can't really sit there and just watch, because then my sales guys are going, "Hey, what are you watching?" And I'm going, "Oh, I'm doing something that you shouldn't be doing."
That's right.
So I've got to be careful with that. But I pop in as much as I can. But I mean, I pop in as much as I can. But usually Sundays I'm at work. So.
Right on. Well, we appreciate everybody popping in when they can. Everybody in the chat, thanks for showing up tonight. Once again, we are out of here. We will see you here on this channel on Thursday, and that will be 8:05 p.m. Eastern for Transtrim Thursday. So until then, I want to wish everybody a good night, and we'll see you next time. So,
Easy.
See you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.